This webinar goes a little bit deeper than your Essential Oils 101 class. We're going to assume that if you're on here and if you're watching, you already have kind of a basic knowledge of essential oils and how they work. You've already been to some type of an Oils 101 or something along those lines. And if that's not the case, don't abandon this. There's still information that you're going to be able to utilize, and you'll actually be kind of a step ahead of everybody else when you get to the Oils 101. But take a second to contact whoever invited you to participate on this video tonight and reach out to them and ask them for information on a basic Essential Oils 101 webinar. Or you can go to my website at carolholtz.com and go to the page that says Learn EOs with me. And there are multiple classes on there, but there is one that's in Essential Oils 101. So that's another great place to just jump in and start learning some stuff with us. Okay, like I said, I'm going to talk really fast. Let me see if I can figure out how to get the share screen going and get the webinar pulled up. 1 second. We're out of practice. It's been so long since I've done this. Let's see. And then I've got to find the right screen. This is a no judgment zone when it comes to, there we go. All right. Amy, can you see my screen?
1 moment. I was on the chat. I can see you and I can see the screen. Okay. But I'm assuming, so you can't see me at the moment, correct?
Yes, I can see you.
You can, but everybody else probably can't, right?
Yeah, they should be able to see you.
Okay. I was just trying to figure out the best way for me to type, and because I'm on my phone. So I was like, I don't really want it up my nose is what I was asking. So okay. Good to know.
So just everybody know that until I'm done with the PowerPoint, I can't see the questions or the chat. Amy's watching.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep. Okay.
So, okay. This is just a real quick listing. We changed the name of a couple of these and kind of the focus of the next 7 weeks, this week and the next 7 weeks. And I actually have a graphic that has our information on both the Team Holtz Essentials and the Essentials pages. So there's that. Just a couple of the ones that have changed up a little bit. Instead of class number 1 being called weight control, we called it, let's see if I can remember. That one is called Encouraging Healthy Metabolism or something along those lines. We've changed the title on that one a little bit. So we're talk about more than weight control. It's more just nutritional supplements and those types of things. So that's the one where we will talk about all the new products that were just released by doTERRA. And then let's see the others. I think we've added in the intro to Aroma Touch technique, we've also added the Symphony of the Cells because that's something that Amy's learned a little bit about, and she has some great information for us on that. So that's just a real quick overview of the schedule. Let's see if I'm okay. And again, this is our Essential Oil Foundations class. So let's talk for just a minute. Let's see if I can figure out how to, there we go. Whoops, gotta love it. Okay. This, like I said, this webinar is more along the lines of us understanding how to use your oils. In our Oils 101 class, we talk a lot about what the oils are and when and how to use them. But in this one, we're going to talk a little bit more about safety and that type of things when it comes to using our oils. With a lot of us, the use of essential oils becomes kind of intuitively simple. Once you kind of have a basic understanding of what oils do what. So that's what we're trying to do very early in your essential oils career, is teach you which oils do what, sorry. All of doTERRA's oils are labeled for the type of use. So if you have an oil that you can grab and look at close by your computer screen, then grab one and you'll see a demonstration of what's available. So they have nutritional supplements on the back of the label. If those oils are what are deemed generally regarded as safe. Thank you, Amy. Generally regarded as safe for ingestion. So if there's a nutritional supplement label, like what you see on your food or your drinks or whatever, then that is your first indicator of the fact that those oils are safe for internal consumption. Now, if you are someone who does a lot of research, you're going to find early on, if you don't know this already, that most essential oil companies, aromatherapists, even a lot of homeopathic people or nutritionists, discourage the use of essential oils internally. And there's a reason for that. The reason for that is that a lot of essential oil companies add things to their oils that make them unsafe for our liver and other internal organs to process. So one of the beautiful things about doTERRA and their essential oils is that they have gone to great lengths to make sure that the only thing inside the bottle of oil, the only thing inside of the bottle of peppermint oil is peppermint oil. The only thing that's inside the bottle of oregano is oregano oil. So there's no additives, there's nothing in there that your body's going to see as anything but food. And that's the beauty of doTERRA's essential oils, is that essential oils in general, but especially doTERRA's, because of their purity, your body sees them as food. So that remembering that is going to help you in a lot of ways, not the least of which is remembering that one of the things with essential oils, while we use them sometimes for health and wellness reasons, they're not like what you would typically go to Walgreens down the corner and purchase as far as an over-the-counter answer to something. With most of those, you can only take them every 4 to 6 hours or every 12 hours or every 24 hours. But with our essential oils, again, if you think about the fact that your body sees them as food, so as often as you would eat or drink something, it's okay to use your oils. So the main point with essential oils is you're going to use them more often than what you would other things. So you use a little bit more often, just a drop or two more often than you would things that you buy at the store. So hopefully that will help clear up some things about that. Let's talk about a couple of things. I'm not sure what's going on here. Okay. There we go. So this part talks about how we're using our oils. We talked about them labeled for the type of use. There's also some labels that say they're for aromatic use only, or aromatic and topical use only. Most of doTERRA's are aromatic and topical use only. Oils like Deep Blue. What are some other oils, Amy, that we don't like ever ingest? Breathe is one that we're not necessarily encouraged to ingest.
I'm looking at some that I have right here. Is Cypress is one, right? That we don't, right?
I'm trying to think. There's not a childproof label on that or lid on that.
Well, I know, but I don't think it's because wintergreen is one.
Yeah.
And it has, but for some reason I was thinking some of them, the tree oils. That's why I said Cypress.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that cedarwood is, that we're supposed to take cedarwood internally.
Okay.
And it doesn't have a thing on it,
But again, just pay attention to the label, and that will help you tremendously in knowing what to use and how to use it. Mm-hmm. There's also a quick reference chart that I'm going to put up here in just a minute. So hang on, get ready to screenshot or write really fast, whichever one you want to do. Our primary issue, in addition to taking care of our liver and our internal organs, is skin sensitivity. So that's why we often talk about dilution of our oils. In just a second, I'm going to also show you a chart. This you're also probably going to want to screenshot, that talks about how much to dilute the oils. Good grief, this thing's so sensitive. Oops, hang on. Sorry, like I said, I'm out of practice. So skin sensitivity, and we're going to talk in just a minute about how and why we dilute the oils. But you always also want to keep the oils, the oils in general, out of your eyes, ear canals, and nose. Don't ever drop oils in any of those three places. Now, the exception that we make in some instances is like I often will drop a drop or two of Melaleuca or basil on a cotton ball to stick in my ear if I've got some if I'm having ear trouble, if I feel those starting to fill up. But again, you don't put it directly in the canal, you put it on a cotton ball first. I've also been known, just as an FYI, to put some Correct-X on a Q-tip and put it up as high up inside my nose as I can get, because I'm subject to nosebleeds this time of year. But again, I'm not dropping them straight back into my nose. I'm just using that Correct-X with the gel to put it in my nose. So hopefully that's helpful too. Let's see. Okay, this is the one chart that I think you're going to find useful, one of them. This is just your reminder of all of the things that I just said. If there is an A, a T, or an I beside anything that we're referring to in doTERRA's products. So this is standard through all of the website, all of their printed materials, all kinds of stuff like that. If it says an A, it means they can be used aromatically. If it says it's T, which means you put it in a diffuser or you put it on your hands and inhale, whatever. If it says a T, it can be used topically. So those are the oils that you could use on your back or on your chest or over an area of concern, any of those things. And then I means that it can be used internally. So in that case, we would either put a drop under our tongue, use it in a little bit of water, put it in a veggie cap. So that's what we mean when we're saying internally. When it comes to skin sensitivity, there's also indicators on a lot of our materials. N means that the oil can be used neat, and that means that it can be used topically with no dilution. So in other words, it's a gentle enough oil that you can use on your skin and it's not going to cause a burning sensation or hurt in any way. S means absolutely make sure to dilute it for younger sensitive skin, stands for sensitive. We didn't used to dilute oils when we first started using them, like at all. It just wasn't something that was talked about. But as we've grown in our understanding of essential oils, and as doTERRA has become more aware of the fact that the number of people that are starting to use essential oils that don't have a base knowledge, they've come to the realization that this indicator is super necessary. So if it says S, then absolutely dilute it. But we typically are diluting our oils most of the time anyway, and we'll explain why that is in just a minute. And then D means that you should dilute it before applying it topically. So just keep those in mind and that'll help tremendously. Okay, so like I just said, if you're in doubt, hang on one second. I know that's terribly unprofessional, but I have a tickle. When in doubt, we want to dilute our oils. The most common way that we talk about diluting oils is with fractionated coconut oil. doTERRA sells this oil. It's an all-natural carrier oil. A carrier oil is a plant-based oil that is in a liquid form and makes it easier to apply your oils. So it readily absorbs into the skin. It doesn't leave. If you put it on and look at it and just seconds later, it has absorbed into the skin, so it's not going to stain clothes, all the things. It provides a soothing barrier without clogging your pores. So that's another nice thing. You can use it even topically on your face and not worry about it clogging pores and causing blemishes. So that's nice also. It's excellent for dry or troubled skin. You don't have anything else to grab, or even sometimes if you're like me, when I'm in the worst part of the winter, or if I'm in a situation where I'm washing my hands more than normal, even lotions don't work. One of the things that I learned several years ago was that you want to look for a hand lotion that's the first ingredient is water. That means that they're using primarily water in the lotion, and that will help tremendously. So let's see. It's not greasy. It's completely soluble with essential oils. So I have gotten fractionated coconut oil right on clothes in the past, and it hasn't left a stain. So that's a nice thing also. And then fractionated coconut oil is colorless, odorless, and it will not stain or go rancid. It's fractionated just means that it's the description of the process that's used to process the oil to make it so that it's not it stays in liquid form and it doesn't harden up like your regular cooking coconut oil would do. So just real quickly, here is a list over here on the side of oils that you always want to dilute when you're, no matter who's using them. Oregano, cinnamon, this is topically, oregano, cinnamon, clove, thyme, and cassia. Those are all just a little bit hotter oils. And you just want to make sure that you're not, we know someone on our team who actually was using oregano for a blemish that he had on his stomach and put a Band-Aid over oregano and went to bed. And the next morning he got rid of the blemish, but he had a hole, literally a hole in his skin. So dilution of the oils will help prevent stuff like that going on. But I also don't ever recommend putting a Band-Aid over oregano, even if it's diluted. Let's talk a little bit more about fractionated coconut oil. Besides being a carrier oil for other essential oils, FCO is beneficial on its own. FCO, it has similar characteristics to an essential oil. It has the ability to pass through a cell wall, which this is the reason essential oil, one of the reasons essential oils work. It has the ability to pass through a cell wall just like the essential oils do. So it can get inside of the cell and do what it needs to do. It carries further and further and deeper the benefits of the oil into our system. So rather than it just being topical, it actually draws the oil further into your system. One of the fascinating things that we've learned about using a carrier oil is that it almost makes the oils act like a time release. So it slows down absorption of the oil into the body so that the effects of that particular oil last a little longer in your system. Our immune systems are also supported by just the fractionated coconut oil. So coconut oil has some really good properties, and that's one of them. It helps build immunity, and it also helps support a normal inflammatory response in your body. So fractionated coconut, you can use any number of other carrier oils. You can also use jojoba. I think there's olive oil. Olive oil is a tough one though, because it will stain. So make sure you know that. What else do we use? Flaxseed oil. There's all kinds of other oils you can use as carrier oils. So just keep that in mind. Why do we want plant-based oils when it comes to, this was another slide that we had in that I wasn't familiar with until I pulled up this PowerPoint this afternoon. This is just an example for you of dilution ratios. So basically what this is saying is that you want to have 1 drop of oregano oil. If you have 1 drop of oregano oil, you want to have 7 drops of your carrier oil. So that just kind of gives you an idea. You'll get to a point where you just kind of can eyeball it. And, if in doubt, err on the side of too much carrier oil. So 1 drop of cinnamon oil, you need 4 drops of fractionated coconut oil or a carrier oil. So those are just some, and this is for an adult. If you're doing it for a child or a baby, then you want to dilute it even more than that. But the nice thing is doTERRA provides us with the touch oils and the kids line so that you don't have to worry about dilution ratios. You can also choose to apply hotter oils to the bottoms of the feet. That's the safest area to apply oils that are these hotter oils. And honestly, I don't even dilute the oils those particular oils when I am putting them on the bottoms of your feet. Those are always the safest choice for the hot oils for application, but especially this time of year, our feet aren't always hanging out where we can just slather on some oils on the bottom of our feet. So want to keep that in mind. Okay, so why is it so important that our essential oils and the products that we use are plant-based? You hear that term all the time, even on ads right now, on the TV. Everything is plant-based, plant-based, plant-based. The obvious answer to that is that, again, our body sees them as food. It's a piece of nature. Most of the plants were created as food or shelter for the creatures that God made. So that's one reason. But in a plant, essential oils perform many functions. Understanding the functions that the plant parts provide or take care of helps us understand how those oils can be beneficially used in the body. This is the part, if you guys have been listening to our Monday night calls, the Facebook Lives that we've done the last couple of weeks, you know that Amy and I had a little bit of a difference of opinion about whether or not we should present this part of this class. And it's one of the things that I was kind of surprised, because she's the science geek when it comes to our oils. I'm not. But this just put everything on the bottom shelf for me. And so I think that's why I was so insistent that we do it. But this just fascinates me. So we're going to talk about the functions of a plant and the way that we can just use those as a reminder to how to use things for our benefit on our body. So why plants? First of all, I already talked about that. The oils, essential oils in the plant, helps regulate the plant growth. So, and these are all things that once you start, you really step back and think about it, they all have application in our bodies as well. They help regulate the plant's metabolism. So how fast the nutrients that the plant takes from the earth are processed. They function as the plant's enzymes. You've heard us talk at all, you know the importance of enzymes. And if you haven't, come back next week. We're going to talk about enzymes. They help build the plant's immune system. One of the fascinating things that I have learned about plants since I've started using essential oils is that for most plants, let's say a leaf gets torn in the woods. Let's say a rabbit comes up and chews off a part of a leaf. There are essential oils that actually seep onto the break in the leaf and protect the nutrients for the rest of the plant. And then over time, some of those plants can actually regenerate that part of the leaf. Not all of them. Most of them, once a leaf's gone, it's gone. But it does help to keep the nutrients that the plant needs in order to grow and thrive in the plant, to help it continue to grow and thrive, even though it's been damaged. Let's think about how that works in the body as well. That's one of the things that I found was so, and what that is, it's called an oleo gum resin. That's like oleo, that's what my grandmother called margarine, OLEO gum resin. It helps initiate the healing of the plant. Essential oils are smart. Just talked about that. There's the spelling for your oleo gum resin. They're smart. They absorb into the skin and body systems quickly. They promote proper cell defense. That's that whole, what we just talked about with the tearing of the leaf, and integrity both inside and outside the cells. Again, essential oils can permeate the cell wall, which means that they can get inside of a cell and do whatever it is that needs to be done. So for example, oils like our DDR Prime, pink pepper, some of those other oils can get inside of a cell and kill the bad stuff. And then basically it gets eaten up from the inside out and then sloughed off of the body. The same is true when we have a threat that comes into our system, like a virus or other things like that. The essential oils can actually get inside the cell, which is the reason that we can't use antibiotics when we have some type of a virus. So it gets inside of the cell and then causes that cell not to be able to continue to replicate. So you might still get sick, but you're not going to get as sick as you would have had those cells been able to replicate and just duplicate and do their little thing inside of our bodies. Some of them ward off environmental and seasonal threats, we just talked about, while others promote healthy circulation and enhance your mood. We talk about this often. what is most people, I understand there's some people that don't feel this way, but what is most people's automatic response when you peel an orange or you use lemon in something, or grapefruit for me? Oh my gosh. Most people love to just take a minute and inhale the scent of the lemon when you're peeling it. Well, our essential oils from citrus oils come from the peel or the rind of the fruit. So same type of effect. Okay, we're going to look a little bit closer at plants. And this is the part that some of you might be like, oh my gosh, but I just find this fascinating. Look, let's talk for a minute about the different types of pieces of a plant. Knowing the place of the harvest is beneficial to understand what part of the body the essential oil will benefit. For example, when you're needing an oil for balance and stabilization, you choose a root or rhizome oil. Let's talk real quickly first about the different things that are on a plant. You got the flower, citrus and berries, or the fruit of the plant, leaves, those are the protectors of the plant, twigs, that's the support system of the plant, bark and wood, and the resin, and then the seeds and the roots. So let's talk for just a minute about what all of those different things do. Again, if you need an oil for balance and stabilization, you're going to go to a root or rhizome oil. I just think that's fascinating because you're looking for balance and stabilization. What do the roots and rhizomes of a tree or a plant do? They provide balance and stabilization. So it just makes it a whole lot easier to think, okay, so if I don't have a bottle of balance, what else could I use? So basically you just think through, okay, what other oils do I know of that come from the root of a plant? And we're going to talk about some of those in just a minute. When you need an oil for supporting hormones, this is fascinating. You choose a seed oil. So you think about what a hormone is and does. It helps. It's a part of the reproductory system of the body. And so that's what the seeds provide in a plant. The flower oils are light and delicate. So you choose this oil for clarity and focus. The oils, these are often the oils that you use, like I just said, for focus or for things like PMS, or those types of things. When we learn the part of the plant used to harvest the oil, we can look at our bodies and find connection to areas where the oils will benefit. So I've already said that 2 or 3 times, but I'm hoping you're getting it. We're going to talk more about the science behind the oils in our last time together. So that one is it's just called Essential Science. So if the scientific part of things is fascinating to you, I'm not sure who's presenting that one yet. But once we know for sure, it doesn't matter who does it. Bonnie, I think, did it once. Amy, did you do it once? No, Bonnie has done it. I think both times we've done it, and she does a great job. So we're hoping she's going to be able to do it, but we've got to look at calendars. So let's start talking practically about the different parts of the plant and the oils that we have from those parts of the plant, just to kind of give you an idea. Citrus and berry oils. See why I said screenshot? So your citrus and berry oils. Now, there have been oils added to our stuff since this presentation was put together. So just know any of the oils that fit into that category can be added to this list of oils. So with citrus and berry oils, you've got your bergamot, grapefruit, green mandarin, lemon, lime, tangerine, wild orange, black pepper, juniper berry, and pink pepper. All of these oils are cleansing, they're invigorating, they're uplifting, they're energizing, they're strengthening, they're refreshing, and they're embracing. So real quick, I want to give you the example of bergamot oil. If you have bergamot oil, I should have sent you a list of oils and said, if you have these, grab them. But if you have bergamot oil, just write bergamot beside your notes and go compare what I'm about to say with that oil when you're done. But you can diffuse bergamot oil for a calming and soothing aroma and to promote self-confidence. Apply bergamot oil to the skin while showering or to your facial cleanser to enjoy its purifying skin benefits. Bergamot oil blends well with lavender, patchouli, lime, and arborvitae. So just an idea for you there. Now, I do want to put a caveat in here. We've just told you to shower with bergamot oil. You got to be really careful. Bergamot oil is one of the most what we call phototoxic or photosensitive oils that we have. And what that means is if you slather bergamot oil all over your skin and then go immediately out into the sun, the areas that have bergamot oil still in the skin are more sensitive to sunburns and those types of things, skin damage. If you're taking a shower and you've added it to your shower gel or whatever, it's going to be so heavily diluted that that shouldn't be a problem. But what I'm saying is don't wear bergamot oil on the back of your neck as a perfume during the summer months and then go out in the sun and expect not to get sunburned. So that's just one idea there. Hopefully this is making sense. I'm kind of sad I can't see the chat and the notes, but we'll talk more about that in a minute. Next up is, and here's a great slide that if you want to, you can take a quick screenshot. That just gives a great rundown. And as you can see, this is a good example of the graphics that come from doTERRA that have those symbols on them. So let's see if I can, yeah, there's my pointer. You can see that it says there it's for aromatic, topical, or internal use. And it's sensitive, so you should dilute for young or sensitive skin. And then there's some tips there. Oops. Okay. Next up is our flower oils. Flower oils are oils like blue tansy, clary sage, clove, geranium, helichrysum, jasmine, lavender, magnolia, neroli, Roman chamomile, rose, rosemary, and ylang ylang. These oils are all light. We talked about this just a minute ago. Delicate, sparkling. They provide energy or make you feel energetic. They're fresh, they're radiant, and they help with focus. Sorry. And the oil we want to refer to with this, I'll give you a second and switch over slides because I know some of you are probably trying to take notes, is helichrysum. I don't know about anybody else, but the helichrysum touch that was just released at leadership or at convention last year has been a game changer. In my house, I use helichrysum touch a lot. You can apply helichrysum topically. I'm going to go ahead and change slides. So topically to reduce the appearance of blemishes, wrinkles, and to promote a glowing, youthful complexion. You can use it in conjunction with a full body massage to promote vitality and energy. If you all get massages on a regular basis and you haven't asked your massage therapist to use some of your oils when you get a massage, I would highly encourage you to do so. My massage therapist is on my team, but we use Aroma Touch and Deep Blue Rub on a regular basis when she gives me my massages. But helichrysum would be great too. You can massage helichrysum into the temples and back of the neck for a soothing sensation. And it may help to promote a healthy metabolism. One of the things that I learned recently when around Thanksgiving time when I had the plague was that helichrysum was great when it's also one that is great when it comes to expectorant properties. So you can use that in a blend of oils and a veggie cap to help just break stuff up in your chest. I also used it several times on the bridge of my nose to help open up those pathways as well. So just some handy hints for you with helichrysum. So that's the flower oils. So I talked about helichrysum, but your clary sage or your clove are going to have some of the same benefits that we just talked about. Next up are your leaf oils. Leaf oils are things like basil, cilantro, cypress, eucalyptus, lemongrass. Now, here's something that's confusing. This is where it's important for you to know what part of the plant it comes from, because most people, when they think of cypress, are going to wonder if you're talking about the bark or the leaf. So our cypress oil is from the leaf of the tree. So cypress, eucalyptus, lemongrass, marjoram, melaleuca, melissa, melaleuca or tea tree oil, melissa, oregano, patchouli, peppermint, spearmint, thyme, and wintergreen. The leaf oils they're all oils that help provide clarity of thought. They're pure, they just open things up, they're uplifting, and they're fresh. So in this category, we're going to talk for just a minute about marjoram. Marjoram is effective for many of our body systems. So there's just so many different ways that you can use marjoram. It's valued for its calming properties and its positive effect on the nervous system. You can add it to a soothing massage blend for targeted, tired, stressed muscles. This is one that actually, when I am super tight, if the Aroma Touch or the Deep Blue just isn't cutting it, then I'll use marjoram or lemongrass. Let's see, there's several of these on here. Marjoram, lemongrass, wintergreen. I've used all of those in addition to my Aroma Touch and my Deep Blue when I get a massage, or if I just need something on the back of my shoulders. It promotes healthy immune function. Who'd have thunk it? It may promote healthy cardiovascular system function. You can apply marjoram to the back of the neck to lessen feelings of stress and to muscles before and after exercising, and layer it with other oils that are going to do the same thing to help just encourage those muscles to relax. So again, let me show you just a little slide here on marjoram. That's another oil that can be used aromatically, topically, and internally, and it can be used neat. Marjoram, here's the other thing. Marjoram is in the same family as thyme and oregano. So if you've got to choose an oil to use topically when it comes to that category of things, go for marjoram. You can go for marjoram first and be assured that if you use it topically, you're not going to mess anything up. Okay, next are our twig oils, so the branches of the tree. And those are things like Douglas fir, Siberian fir, and petitgrain. These oils are strengthening, like the twig of or the branch of a tree, clear, energizing, and active. That's funny. You don't think of a twig as being active. But we're going to talk on this category about Siberian fir. Siberian fir has honestly become one of my favorite oils. I love to diffuse Siberian fir with a citrus oil or a mint oil, or often I'll do all three: Siberian fir, a citrus, and a mint. And that's a great diffuser blend. Siberian fir provides soothing support to sore muscles and joints. It energizes the body and the mind, evokes feelings of stability, energy, and empowerment, and it helps the body relax. You can try using 2 drops of Siberian fir and 4 drops of Balance, blended with a teaspoon of FCO for sore and overworked muscles and joints. Siberian fir is also kind of a hero oil when it comes to teething. White fir was an oil that we used to recommend to mamas, or lavender, when it came to little ones that are teething, or even if your teenagers are getting their wisdom teeth in, you didn't catch them and they're coming in, or they have room and the dentist says just leave them. Siberian fir is a great oil to use in those circumstances, and you can literally, as you can see here, it can be used internally, so you can literally put it right on their gums. So you can choose to do either that or just on the jawline, either one. All right, next is the bark and wood oils. Those oils are, and sorry, I couldn't move this block. So the bark and wood oils are arborvitae, birch, cassia, that says cedarwood, cinnamon, and sandalwood. And those oils are warm, balancing, inspiring, and kind of exotic. In this category, we're going to talk about sandalwood. Sandalwood, and many of you know there are doTERRA carries two different types of sandalwood. They've got a Hawaiian sandalwood and is it Indian? I think it's Indian sandalwood. Peggy Muse will type in the chat if that's not right. Please. Sandalwood is much like frankincense with high levels of sesquiterpenes. If you know what sesquiterpenes do, that'll make sense to you. If you don't, put it in your notes. And when we come back to the essential science part of things, you'll have a better understanding of that. Sandalwood promotes healthy, smooth skin. It reduces the appearance of blemishes, enhances the mood, and it's frequently used during times of prayer or meditation for its grounding and uplifting properties. So, and if you're not somebody that has done this, I would encourage you when you are, and there's nothing woo-woo or scary or weird about this, using oils like frankincense or sandalwood when you're praying just can have such a nice effect in helping to calm your spirit and just settle things down. So again, don't think anything of that. It's not, like I said, it's not super weird or woo-woo or cultish or anything like that. It's just a proper use of our essential oils. So I would encourage you to try it at some point. All right, next up is, here's the slide about sandalwood. Okay, Amy, were we saying cedarwood or sandalwood earlier? Because this says sandalwood is good for internal use. I'm not sure I would want to.
What did you say, Carol?
Cedarwood?
You asked.
Was it cedarwood or sandalwood?
It was cedarwood that we were talking about earlier. So yeah, no, I thought sandalwood was, but yeah.
Well, and this answers that question. This is the slide for Indian sandalwood. So Indian and Hawaiian sandalwood.
Yes.
Okay. So next up, our next category is the rhizome and root oils. This does have all the things listed and the weird box. So, but you can see all the oils listed. Those oils are ones like ginger, spikenard, turmeric, and vetiver. And they provide things, they're an earthy tone in the oil. They're grounding. They're centering. And I've got some other things not showing up. Let me read you the rest of them. Stabilizing. They provide strength. They're balancing. They help give courage and depth. And they provide self-confidence. So they're our friends when it comes to all things calming. We're going to talk for a second about vetiver. Here's the information about vetiver. It is another one that's rich in sesquiterpenes, just like we talked about with frankincense. It gives a grounding effect still. So your bark, wood, and roots and rhizomes have a lot of the same properties.
Hey, Carol.
Uh-huh.
Can you go back to the slide right before vetiver? It like went by really fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think that's the one they're asking for.
Okay.
And I missed it too because it went so fast.
Okay.
So,
and again, I'll go back when I'm done with this description and give you, if this is only giving you 3 of the properties, I'll give you the rest of them.
okay.
Thank you. These oils are calming and grounding on emotions. After a difficult school day, apply one of these oils to your child's neck or work day, apply it to your own neck and feet to promote feelings of calm. Take 1 to 2 drops of vetiver with lemon in a capsule for immune supporting properties. So again, this is another oil that is immune supporting. Let me read for you again. They're earthy, grounding, stabilizing, strength, centering, balancing. They help give courage and depth, and they help with self-confidence. And this is one of the reasons that I love Balance oil, because Balance has a high amount of your bark, wood, and root oils in them. Let me make myself a note. Just remember something I was going to talk to you about. Okay, did you get all those?
Hey, Carol, I've got a question real quick. Do you think that we can do either like take each of one of these categories and do something, if we can't use these exact graphics, doing it maybe like 1 a day? Because I know everybody's trying to get this written down. Some people don't have the ability to screenshot, but this is probably information that everybody needs. So we can probably do
try
that,
to
right?
Or you can go and rewatch the video later and
Right.
go back and rewatch it. You'll be able to pause and rewind once I have the
Yeah.
video up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, we can work on either or both of those things.
Okay.
Good idea. Okay. So next up is our resin oils. Resin, as you know, is the tears from a tree that has been scored. The most famous resin oil is frankincense. But the three oils that we have right now are copaiba, frankincense, and myrrh. I'm not sure. I knew this, but I'm not sure I fully realized that copaiba was a resin oil also. The resin oils help provide a healthy inflammatory response, which makes sense. Again, I used so much copaiba, frankincense, and myrrh around Thanksgiving time that I think I used almost a whole bottle of frankincense. So good ones to have on hand when it comes to inflammation in the body. They help provide a healthy immune system. Check. They help with skin. And they calm emotions. Very grounding. Again. So let's talk for a minute about copaiba. Copaiba is kind of our hero in this one. And mostly because you guys have heard about frankincense and myrrh. So let me give you a little bit more information about copaiba. Copaiba can help soothe anxious feelings, and it can be applied to the skin to promote a clear, smooth complexion. Taken internally, which you all know you can do that either with the oil or with the soft gels that doTERRA has provided for us. Copaiba essential oil supports the health of the cardiovascular, immune, digestive, nervous, and respiratory systems. Listen to that again. Those three oils help, well, copaiba, but those three oils all help with the cardiovascular system, the immune system, the digestive system, the nervous system, and the respiratory system. So that's the reason that we so often say, if in doubt, use frankincense. You can kind of then go ahead and go back and say, you could probably also, if in doubt, use copaiba and maybe even myrrh. Although copaiba does not contain psychoactive cannabinoids, which is the THC that comes in like CBD products that are out there, the main component, caryophyllene, may be I can say caryophyllene and I can say cannabinoids, but I can't say psychoactive or neuroprotective. So the main component, caryophyllene, may be neuroprotective and have cardiovascular and immune benefits. Now, neuroprotective, that's exactly what it sounds like. It helps protect the nerves and the nervous system in the body. It's also a powerful antioxidant that promotes immune health. So if your doctor is telling you you need more antioxidants in your system, if you're fighting some of the big dog things that we can fight as human beings, these three oils, copaiba, frankincense, and myrrh, are going to be huge when it comes to your body fighting that off. Okay, we got one more, and then we can open it up for some questions here in a little bit, or have Amy go through the chat. So if you have questions, make sure you type them in the chat, because I can't open it up for you to ask questions. I probably could, I just don't know how to. So there's your copaiba. Again, copaiba can be used aromatically, topically, or internally. And doTERRA provides a soft gel that you can use. For sensitive people, they recommend that you dilute for young or sensitive skin. I personally use copaiba straight and don't have any trouble, but just know that. All right, last but not least are our seed oils. We talked about the seed oils being basically the reproductive parts of the tree. So the seed oils are cardamom, coriander, and fennel. They help with healthy liver function, hormone support, reproductive system, and digestive support. So just think gut, pretty much. gut. They're gonna help with your gut health. Um, we're gonna talk specifically in this one about fennel oil. Amy's mom is a lover of fennel oil. Don't know if she's on here or not tonight, but fennel is a great oil to help promote digestion. You can take it internally after a big meal or topically with FCO for a soothing abdominal massage. I will tell you this. I personally would use it topically because burping fennel is not fun. But to each their own. It may help to promote healthy metabolism, liver function, and circulation. You can take a drop of fennel in water to help fight sweet tooth cravings. Again, ooh, I do this lemon sassy first. It may also help to support the health of the lungs and the respiratory tract. So that's another great one to use. And it's one that I know some of our family members used last month. Also, diffuse it in your home or office to encourage a productive day. I don't know about diffusing fennel. I think you'd have to have several other things with it. Be like diffuse and digest then, basically. So let me show you the slide real quickly on fennel. Again, it's one that can be used aromatically, topically, and internally.
See, it's sweet, Carol. That's it. See, it's sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet fennel.
Yeah, sweet fennel. That's the difference, I guess. So those were all of the parts of the tree and how they kind of coordinate with the oils. And I hope that you're like me. I'm just kind of like, okay, here's the practical use of that. Somebody tells you you're on one of these calls and somebody's fighting something, and let's see, maybe they are feeling like they're just kind of floating around, not floating around, like they're just they need some grounding. They just feel like they're not focused, they're not grounded, they can't. And I think there's a lot of that going on right now because there's so much that's up in the air in our lives in general. Well, okay, so somebody tells you use balance. I don't have balance. What do? You're going to use any one or combination of the oils that we talked about, of the bark, wood, rhizome, and root oils, or even the resin oils. And you can use them in any combination that you want. Here's the other practical side of that. If you've done the research, and that's probably one of the things we need to add, Amy, when we're done with our 8 weeks, is just a week on how to do research and figure out solutions to some of your personal issues that you're dealing with. Let's say you do a search online and you find that it's calling for, I'm just going to pick one. It's calling for cilantro oil, for you to use cilantro oil for something. Well, cilantro oil is going to be the best choice, or it might be the best choice. But if you don't have cilantro oil, and I'm going to guess that's not going to be most people's first choice of a basic oil that they're using in one of their first orders, then you can, or if you've got somebody that you're working with to help them understand the use of their oils, you can run them all the way down through the leaf oils and see what they have. And if they got one of the starter kits, they likely have peppermint or oregano or tea tree oil, because those are all in the starter kits. So that's just another, or find an oil blend that has those oils in it. One of the things that I love about using AromaTouch for my massages is that it has a lot of the grounding and balancing oils in it. So that's just another practical application. Yes, that's Christmas music. So again, if you don't have peppermint and something's calling for peppermint, try wintergreen, try spearmint. I think this is such an incredible way to help you learn the alternate uses for some of the oils that you have, or substitutions, that type of thing. Okay, there's a couple more slides right here. If you are someone who are watching this video tonight and you're like, okay, all I have is the starter kit. I ordered a starter kit when I first signed up, and that's all I have. One of the things that I love about doTERRA's loyalty rewards program is that it actually gives you the opportunity to gradually add new oils and products to the line of stuff that you have at home, while at the same time you're replenishing some of the stuff that you use on a regular basis. So if you're not someone who is already on the loyalty rewards program, I want you to just take a minute to consider the possibility of doing this. If this is not something that the person who signed you up or helped you get your account set up has talked with you about, get back with them or reach out to Amy or I, and we can talk to you about the benefits of being a part of the loyalty rewards program, the way to do it, all of the things. But basically what I want you to hear is two things. With a minimum order of at least 50 PV a month, you can earn points toward free oils in the future. You get in the loyalty rewards program, there's also the possibility if any month that your order is at least 125 PV and it goes in between the 1st and the 15th of the month, then you get another free oil in addition to any that you pick out to use your points on. This program is completely optional. Some people refer to it as an auto ship program, but that freaks some people out because, for example, I have a friend whose mother-in-law signed her up in a program that she had to have a monthly auto ship, and it had to be a specific amount every month. doTERRA's loyalty rewards program, while it's like an auto ship program, does not require you to do anything if all you're doing is ordering your oils. So just know that there's a way that you can look up what's available to you on your order site in the back office. And doTERRA also rewards you with shipping points for any shipping that you spend, money that you spend on shipping. It can be refunded to you, and it can be refunded to you up to 100% back if your order is being placed as a loyalty rewards program order. So just know that. That's all I'm going to say about that. But again, if you need more information or are not fully aware of how this program works, then reach out to Amy or I or the person who signed you up, and we'll talk you through that real quickly and get you set up. And that's how you can start to get your free oils, your oils for free each month. doTERRA also has an earning opportunity. Hopefully you're kind of aware of that. If nothing else, you just need to know that the person who introduced you to doTERRA likely earned something back for doing that. doTERRA takes really good care of us. And that's why Amy and I do what we do, or how Amy and I do what we do, because it has become a source of income for us. So again, if you're interested, I know there are a lot of people right now that are looking for just a little bit of extra income in their homes. There's a lot of weirdness going on. We have people on our team who have lost jobs or have had to cut back on hours at their jobs, or maybe your spouse has lost a job, and you use oils already. So this is just a real simple way, and we can help talk you through the possibilities of you just sharing your oils with other people. I don't want you to make this into a big scary thing, because it's not. You're literally just learning to share your oils with people. You don't have to do what Amy and I do. You absolutely don't, because Amy and I are doing it. So you just drag your friends along with you to do anything, to watch anything that Amy and I are doing it, and we'll do the heavy lifting. So I just wanted to make sure that you're aware of that. Our next class next week is on daily vitality. We're going to talk about the lifelong vitality. We're going to talk about the kids' vitamins and supplements, and we're going to talk about the supplements that we have to help with our gut health, things like Terrazyme, GX Assist, PB Assist, all the things. So that'll just give you an idea of what's coming up. I'm going to turn my screen share off really quickly here. And Amy, you let me know what questions we might need to readdress.
Okay. First of all, that was great. And let me clarify by saying, I actually have never sat through this class because I was teaching other classes while you were doing this one. So this is not at all what I was expecting, and it was great. So I legit don't think I'm going to be able to read my writing because I was writing so fast too. So I know we can go back and watch it again, and I will, Carol and I will talk that through. But I know for me, a graphic, something that's just an easy thing to do. And we'll talk that through and I'll see if I can work on those. So, okay, let me go to, and I'm on my phone. So if I keep leaning forward and touch it, it's because I'm on my phone. So let me see what we had as far as questions. Let me go back. What'd you say?
I can see them now too.
Oh, you can. Okay. Then I don't have to read through them all. So, okay. We had just gotten, I had tried to answer as many as I could. Terry Bass had a question and I did not. I don't know the answer to this. She says, when we say it supports the cardiovascular system, does that mean it also supports the circulatory system, or is that totally different? I'm going to guess that they're similar. I'm looking to see what books I have. Hang on, Carol, unless you know the answer off the top of your head.
My gut response to that would be yes.
That would be mine too.
But I
So
don't know why I say yes. So
let me check a couple things. I'm just looking to see if maybe so go ahead while I look this up and see if I can, see if I can see.
okay. Oh, Diane picked up on the fact that Siberian fir has a supplement label.
Yes.
Finally.
Close that real quick.
Cedarwood and cypress both are aromatic and topical only. Yes, ma'am. Higher dilution of cassia versus cinnamon. Isn't that interesting?
I was surprised. I thought oregano by far would be the, but cassia is hot. It is hot.
Yeah. Cassia is a potent oil. I think cassia is super underrated, to be honest. Carrie says she cannot write fast enough. And
okay, so
I know, I'm so sorry. I'm from the north. I talk fast.
When I looked in so I have the Modern Essentials book, one of them sitting here behind my desk, and I went back to the index and looked up circulatory system. It says see cardiovascular system.
There you go.
So there you go.
There you go. Okay, and in answer to the question about sending out slides, Amy, we can absolutely recreate something, but this is a copyrighted.
That's what I wondered.
Okay.
So I already have some ideas for doing some of this stuff. So, but what I will probably try to do is do one a day, and get, do them that way. Like one day I'll do the seed oils and one day I'll do the, whatever. So I'll work on that and see what I can put together.
Yep. All right. Peggy says, when my husband has a fast, irregular heartbeat, he uses marjoram to get everything back in rhythm. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Carol, I also think, if I remember correctly, when we had the recipe that Mary Carlisle came up with, it was called Egg Bach. I'm pretty sure that marjoram was in there, and marjoram actually will flatten out tense muscles.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally like
it causes the muscles to literally like lay
them out. Yes. Yep. So, yep.
Terry was asking about a recipe that I said using, so here it is, Terry. 2 drops of Siberian fir, 4 drops of Balance, and blend that with a teaspoon of FCO for sore and overworked muscles and joints. Indian. Slide again. Did I miss anything else?
I don't know. I think
Gary said the
that's
reduction cause would be very okay. When we say it supports the yep, we answered that. Smell of phenol. Excellent on discussing how, where to research. Yep, we'll work on that.
And again, you like literally just saw what I did. So I have books because I have newer Modern Essentials. And Modern Essentials is my choice. I do have the Essential Life one right here too, but I have some of these that are downstairs in my house, and I have some that are in my office, which my office is right across the hall from my bedroom. So if I need to, I just run across the hall. But like, I carry an emotions book in my work bag that I carry kind of with me everywhere. I have an emotions book in there. I have an emotions book downstairs. So again, there's lots of, and then of course you got your phone, you got stuff on there constantly. So, but that's how we look stuff up. Carol and I don't know everything. We just, usually know where we can find it out.
Exactly. And you honestly can even do things like just type into a search browser.
Absolutely.
Um,
And I think I've told you all.
yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just
When.
what essential oil to use for.
Yep. And you all know Carol and I were out of town a couple of months ago, and my husband actually ended up with a kidney stone. And I wake up to a message from him that says, well, at least you know once you've had a kidney stone, you know what to look for. And I'm like, oh no, are you kidding me? And oh no, that was at Ashlyn and I were out of town. It was when Ashlyn and I were out of town. And he literally, I mean, again, we have all the books and all the tools, but he literally Googled what oils to use for.
I was with you
Okay.
with all three
Okay.
of them. Yeah.
He Googled what oils to help with kidney stone and went with what those said, and he battled it like a champ. So all that to say, it's again from Google to Pinterest to whatever. There's a wealth of information out there. Again, not everything is 100% accurate, and please also remember that not everything is in the context of doTERRA's oils. So that Carol mentioned that at the beginning, and you know, so just kind of remember that and frame that within that. So, and I just saw. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, if you look something up and you have if you question it, I would go with your gut first of all, and you can always now. Amy and I are not awake 24/7, so just know that. But you can always text or message one of us, and that's one of the things that's really beautiful about the texting service that I have. The way it is set up, if you text me at a time of day that I'm not available, either I'm asleep or I've got something going on, I can pause things to where it doesn't even come in and alert me that I've got a message. The same is true with you. If I send a message out to you, I can set it up and send out a message to you at 2:00 in the morning, and you don't get it till 9:00, so it's not waking you up. So, but we're available.
Sorry, absolutely. I saw, I think it was Diane that asked about what Igbok was.
Please,
so
yeah.
Igbok. Oh, sorry. Their Igbok was a blend that Mary Carlisle put together years ago, and it just really it stood for "It's going to be okay." So kind of a calming. And it is an incredible blend, and I'll tell you why it's changed. So it was a blend of I'm going way back. So it was a blend of, it had frankincense, wild orange, marjoram, serenity,
and balance.
And balance. Okay. So that was a blend that we did with the old balance blend that we had. doTERRA redid balance or serenity blend, and redid that, and it's still, you can still put it together like that. It just wasn't quite the same as it was.
When
then
doTERRA over to the serenity, it really messed with some people.
Yes.
So
yeah. And I was one of those people. I struggled with, I can do it now, but it took me a little while to build up a serenity. And so then doTERRA came out with our emotions oils, and our peace oil is very similar, but there's still people that love this. And again, like I said, you can put that blend together if you want to. Again, it's frankincense, and they were equal amounts: frankincense, wild orange, marjoram, serenity, balance. So that was it.
I honestly, in the day, I loved Igbok.
Absolutely.
But I honestly, my first go-to in situations like that now is adaptive.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, absolutely.
Peace is good too, but I'm not a real fan of the floral scents. So adaptive suits me better than the peace does. So
So adaptive,
right.
yes. So,
any
all right.
other questions? I hope you guys will enjoy this over the next several weeks. And if you have any questions, especially once you rewatch, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Mm-hmm. Like I said, it'll take a little while. The computer has to process this video, and then I have to go in and upload it to another service before I can put it on my laptop or on my website. So it will be tomorrow before it goes up. But I will get on both the Team Holtz page and this page, or the Essential Education for Life pages, and put a link up to remind you that it's up, it's available, and here's the link. So,
okay. Yeah.
All right. And we haven't really talked about it. Hopefully next week, Amy and I can be together, because while either one of us could do this daily vitality topic together, we both have different experiences with some of these supplements. So I think it would be great for us to do them together. Maybe even pull Peggy in. We'll see.
It shouldn't snow next week. So
Well, it wasn't supposed to snow today.
true.
So far, they're about 3 for 3 when it comes to guessing on snow around here.
Yeah, completely. So, yes. Okay. Good to see everybody.
Yep. Thanks, you guys, and have a great evening.
Bye, guys.